Hello, my name is Larengelisa Penasario. I'm with my friend Maria del Mar Acosta. We are going to talk about how the teaching and reinforcement of some skills at home improve and shape the behavior of the child for the future. We choose this topic because we are psychology majors and we are very interested in childhood psychology. So, basically, we're going to talk about routines, how do we want to impact the society, and how how children should, how parents should choose a parenting style that will affect their children's behavior, and how they can deal with that.
Hi, my name is Maria del Mar Acosta, as Glaria Angelis mentioned. And just to remind that at the end, we're going to give advice or a guided. Hi, my name is Maria del Mar Acosta, as Glaria Angelis mentioned. And just to remind that at the end, we're going to give advice or a guided summary on how to apply this.
So, shaping the personality of the children. Parents should teach their children some cognitive, behavioral, emotional, and learning skills that will shape their personality and make them better human beings, and that can't be taught at school. Because there are some um some skills that should be promoted by the parents at home so the children could grow as a person and be a better human in the future. What are we looking for? Well, we're looking for some correlations between parenting style and a healthy social development of a child. Bring information on how parents play an important role in the positive change of better Puerto Rican future citizens. And also cognitive, behavioral, and emotional and learning skills obtained in the family, relationships, and environments. How do we want to impact the society? Well, we're planning to impact the society developing understanding on making better citizens with good cognitive behavioral reasoning, whether it is by reinforcing parent and child relations. So, so now we're going to talk about types of reinforcement. Like those are childhood adjustment, parenting styles, and routines. In the following slides, we're going to talk about them and how to apply them to the child. So, childhood adjustment. Childhood adjustment refers to how one adapts both to oneself and to the reality of one's environment. A poor degree of adjustment is related with the feelings of sadness, problems of self-esteem or self-image, a lack of security in personal relationships, symptoms of anxiety, and poor academic performance, among other things. So now we're going to talk about childhood adjustment and the effects of parenting styles on mood states. This is about a paper from Montoya, Prado, Villanueva, and Gonzalez from 2006. So these researchers used a model parenting style proposed by Bonbrit. The researchers found out that on children from 8 to 12 years, the authoritarian style was linked with maladjustments. What consequences does it have in child? Well, it caused poor self-esteem, difficulty making decisions, shy, and the child could feel powerless. In the democratic style was better for psychosocial adjustment. This style have some strengths in children. Those were non-physical discipline. Children raised by parents with this parenting style are happy people with high self-esteem, good at taking their personal responsibility, and also they know how to deal with their emotions and how to get along with others. And the last one is permissive style does not allow to conclude that they promote children maladjustment, but it has some weakness. Um, those are the lack of setting limits or expectations. In the previous slides, I talked about the three parenting styles, but now I'm going to explain them. The authoritarian parents are the ones with low levels of affection and high levels of control. Those parents, this parenting style is similar to dictatorship. They tend to use negative form of discipline. They place high demands on their children and believe that parents should have the households. Also, they tend to use physical discipline, take away privileges for poor behavior, and not responsive for the child's feelings or opinions. The communication is one way, and they usually respond to the child with "because I said so." The second parenting style is permissive parents. These parents have high levels of attention, of affection, and low levels of control. These parents, this type of parenting style is similar to anarchy. They are responsive to their children and they play the role of a friend rather than a leader or advisor. And the last one is authoritative or democratic parents. They have high levels of responsiveness, affection, and support, and average levels of control. Um, this type of parenting style is known as a positive parenting. They are good listeners, value mental respect, and respond to the child needs. Um, they also encourage cooperation and set rules and expect their children to follow them. They are willing to listen to their children's feelings and concerns and problem solve together. They usually respond to the child with, "I understand how you feel. Let's figure out a way to make this work and we'll both be happy."
Family stability as a moderator of the relationship between child temperament and child adjustment. This means that the more stability a family has, the better chances are for a child to adjust and have a better temperament. And the stability of a family consists on the unions or strong bonds. That is a strong bonding that the family members create throughout the relationship. And researchers found that routines have a positive impact on these stabilities and adjustment. As mentioned earlier, routines are the most effective to create strong bondings between family members. The more routines a family perform, such as dinners, regular chores, parent-child quality time like watching television, watching movies, playing games, going camping, etc., the more it is likely for the child to decrease in behavioral and emotional problems, anxiety, and even future rates of addictions, such as alcohol problems. This means that the more a family is bound together, it is most likely for the child to decrease in anxiety and other problems throughout his development in the years. How are we going to apply the theory? Well, we summarized it and divided it into 3 categories or 3 steps. In these steps, you will find the theme of the child adjustment that have to be done, the parenting style that is more preferable or more beneficial for the development of the child, and also what can you do to create and implement these bondings that is throughout routines. Step 1, child adjustment. The child adjustment that have to be done in order for a good child development is implementing emotional intelligence. That is, making the child feel the emotions and act upon the situation instead of repressing these emotions and keeping it within and unresolved. Or worse, trying to make the child feel better instantly instead of letting themselves resolve on their own. The child needs to feel the emotions, they need to show the emotions and label them in order to watch it go or let it go or resolve them. Also known as the catchphrase, feel it, show it, label it, watch it go, says Del Antonia. The second step to consider is choosing the best parenting style. Out of all the parenting styles, the best one is the democratic authoritative parenting style, not to be confused with authoritarian. A democratic authoritative, the parent is a good listener and not just gives a divided attention to a child. They give their full attention and the full care that the child needs. They respond to a child's needs with empathy and a plan to resolve them together. Not just they resolve the child's problem, but they encourage the child to resolve the problem together. And also they encourage respect with one another. That is by rules or by other activities. On the other hand, the authoritarian style is the most harmful for a child, and it is often the most used in Hispanic cultures. To avoid these future damages, one must avoid ignoring the child's affection, avoid ignoring the child's feelings or suppressing them, and avoid any physical harm, unreasonable punishments with no lessons, or implementing your authority or dictatorship. This can cause big harm to the child's psychological development and confidence. And last but not least, step 3, routines. Here, the family should implement routines such as family dinners. That is, whether going to restaurants or organizing a dinner in the house where all the family members gather in the table and talk to each other and they bond throughout these meals. Also, family chores, whether that is cleaning the house, doing the lawn, etc. The family creates a responsibility with one another and also creates discipline between them, which can lead to respect and a sense of community in the relationship. And also family activities, which include parent child quality times. And this can be found in family game nights, movie nights, going out, or going to the park, etc. The family should be the more creative in finding ways to make the family bond. The more a family is united, the more it is less likely for the development of the child to have anxiety and other disorders. To summarize it all, here in the conclusion, we learn that knowledge in childhood psychology can promote healthy childhood adjustments, cognitive, behavioral, and emotional learning skills, better understanding in family relations, and healthy development of personality in the future. This could all be helpful for the society of Puerto Rico, and it is helpful if every family has knowledge in these areas of psychology.